don't give a. Tell me why I would on the rose bar couch in my bag. Bands in my denim. In my denim, she was trying to for a doubt. She don't give a. She was in her bag. Fendi and some lane hags for a burger. Watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation. We was on roll like tires. What we gon' let? I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, Mike.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They're led out by their quarterback. Started his career as a Florida Gator, finished at Louisiana Tech. It's Jeff Driscoll.
And I'll bet right now just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes. But when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
All right, here we go. Green.
They go play action here on first down. That's complete to John Ross. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Here we go now. Blue landing. Blue landing.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
All right, here we go. Blue landing.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw is incomplete. And in the backfield out of the starting group, you have to look out for Giovanni Bernard.
And you have to make sure you're ready to hit the spin button with this guy. Awfully exciting in the open field.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Out of the gun now on third down. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss.
Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Mahomes now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
After all he's been through, I want to talk about Eric Berry, and it was really tough for any NFL fan to see him go down the opener in New England last year. The one thing we know about him, he's resilient. This is a man who's beat cancer to come back and play at an all-pro level. And why? He can cover in the deep zones. He drops down in the box in the run game, and he can blitz the quarterback. You name it, Eric Berry can do it.
Now first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Green 90. Green 90.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he coughed it up. And the Bengals have recovered it.
The psychology of the game never never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Now let's go. Blue, line it.
The first carry for the second-year man, Joe Mixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
3 down. All right, here we go. Green, 30.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position,
Here we go.
a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He drops it off for Bernard. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And Bullock will put this one through, and that will make it 10-0 here in the 1st. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And now here comes Kansas City. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Now. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards on the play.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue, 45. Blue, 45.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. Kelsey, the intended receiver there.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. The numbers for Mixon last week, 13 carries, 54 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
Here we go now. Blue, 90. Blue, 90.
A handoff to Mixon. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They're going to look to throw. On the screen, Bernard. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Bullock will put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the...
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Vontaze Burfict in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And that one results in 35 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Green 39. Green 39.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete.
Ready. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. The 20. And able to find Conley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Blue 45. Blue 45.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. This is caught. Watkins. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He'll get it up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 13-7. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Powerful running. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out.
Here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now they can't bring him down. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Green, 39. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw here. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Now we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On 4th down, here's the veteran Shane Leckler to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And now here comes Kansas City. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90. Left, 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 left.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Ace, ace. Slow.
They go play action here on 1st down. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Carlos Dunlap. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. The tight end, Kelsey, has it over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Mahomes now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him even if he has an elite defender on him because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Mahomes now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Mahomes now to throw. They'll leave this for Ware. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
And again, it's Mahomes. This will be caught inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13 to 10. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the three's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the three is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. All right, let's focus now on Giovanni Bernard. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Allen Bailey in on the stop. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Shane Leckler now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And that is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Check.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are in for 6.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Butker on for the PAT. Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And heading back out there, Giovanni Bernard getting ready to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there.
False start, offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still first down.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, landed.
Looking to throw. He drops it off for Bernard. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 30.
Back to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And that will line up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start by heading as his guys remain unbeaten. From there, we take the long trek eastward to Tampa, check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns thus far. Finally, let's get over to Carson, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at the StubHub Center. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Taywan Taylor, a touchdown catch in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right. Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now a play fake here on first down. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. 5th catch of the game for him there. Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Not that time for Watkins, and that'll bring up second down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but the Bengals bring pressure, and it's blocked. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run again with Bernard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Let's go!
He'll look to throw. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And Bullock will put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brendan, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And out come the Chiefs now. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Dumps that off to Ware. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes now on 1st down. On target over the middle to Hill. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down. Mahomes now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. 23 yards on the play. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Spencer Ware, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. Butker now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Boyd. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. How can they continue to feed off that? And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here we go now.
Now a shotgun snap as he'll look to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
On the screen, Bernard. Oh, and now he bowls him over. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go now. 3-19.
He'll get it up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play.
Right, here we go.
Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
They'll look to throw here. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Julius Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. So they get the score still down, but bottom line is they kept themselves in the game.
They did keep hope alive, Brandon. That's exactly what they did. Now they've got to deliver and finish things off.
Set. 3-19.
They'll try and run it in. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time. 3rd down here.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Blue 45. Zing, 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 zing.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And an alley to run.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Throw left side complete. It's Hill. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
All right, here we go.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he took. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. 96 yards. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the fourth quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The fourth quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Bullock good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Williams to return. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Mahomes now to throw. He's got Watkins on the out route. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready, blue 45, blue 45.
On first down, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back, they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
Mahomes now on first down. Able to get away. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Ready! Blue 45! Blue 45!
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back
Blue
dive
45,
play.
Blue 45! Ace! Ace!
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Ace! Ace! 4 down, check, 4 down. Slow!
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Hurry up, here we go!
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Here's Bernard. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now Joe Mixon. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Again, it's Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that's going to bring up a third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go now. 3:19.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game.
Green 39. Green 39.
They'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. They'll set up a throw. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Looking to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's a give to Mixon, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Once again, they run with Mixon, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Now, the Bengals on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So it was a golden chance to go ahead here in the final moments, but he misses for a second time in this game.
Brandon, either one of those go, and they might be on their way to a victory. Instead, they're going to have to hold on here defensively just to force overtime.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in the tie game. What do they do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Now Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
This is where hustle and urgency come into play. I think you've got to get up there and spike it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Green 39. Green 39.
And able to spike it with time remaining. And they'll have a shot at a long field goal now that could win this game. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. This will be from 53 for the win. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down and attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
They run it again with Williams. And at a 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
First throw of overtime for Mahomes. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Hill shedding the tackle. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hill. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Ware takes the give from Mahomes. And he's got this down to the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Well, there's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a four-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
Right back to him on first down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Credit the tackle there to Aaron Lynch.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Ready! Blue 45! Blue 45!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Ready! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ready! Green 90! Green 90!
They run again with Ware. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Tackled by Jordan Willis.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive.
Green 39!
Now here's Mahomes. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Chiefs, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Denver Broncos next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.